The traditional date for the foundation of Rome is 387 BC. At the beginning of the 2nd century AD, Rome had a population of over 1 million. It was already known as Roma Aeterna, the Eternal City, and as we all know, all roads led to Rome. England was part of the Roman Empire, which stretched from Hadrian's Wall to the Persian Gulf. For over 1.5 millennia, Rome was the cultural centre of Europe, and after Constantine granted the religious franchise to Christianity in the 4th century, it also became a universal centre for that faith. And St. Peter's is what we're going to look at first via the Vatican Museum, which is what we're queuing for here in the rain. And here's our guide with the blue umbrella. Most of the people you see here are in our coach party, and if you get lost inside in the crush, remember the blue umbrella. You won't see any pictures from inside the museum or even the Sistine Chapel because you're not allowed to take any. So we'll see you next on the front steps of St. Peter's and then go inside. We'll just stay here for a minute or two because the Pope is making some new bishops or something.
On top of the drape, under the balcony, all over. Let's go, I'll tell you what they are. And the Colloseum, don't be angry with me if you don't find the decorations anymore. Everything already seen in the Vatican Museum and here.
It's recycled.
This is the mess before the ordination. Up there, where you see Saint John writing the Gospel, he's holding a very little white pen on his right hand. Did you see it?
No, not up there, dummy. The round one.
Right? Oh yes. Yeah. That pen is 5 feet tall. Yes, you don't believe me. The pen.
We believe you. I believe you.
I know you don't believe me.
Well, looks as if it's still raining, but we're off to the Forum now in the bus.
Basilica of Emperor Constantine, which was built up at the beginning of the 4th century AD and was used as a courthouse where the trials took place, where the Romans administrated justice. Hill, another one of the 7 hills of Rome. Instead, ahead of us, we have the Palatine Hill, where the Roman emperors used to live for over 500 years with their families. The Sacred Road, which was crossing the Roman Forum and ending right in front of the Temple of Jupiter Constantine, which was built in 315 after Emperor Constantine gave freedom to the Christians.
And here we are, We'll walk past the Colosseum, we'll look at that later, we'll look at the Forum first.
It's easier for me to show you everything. Okay.
Well, at least it's not actually raining at the moment.
Don't worry about the picture of the Colosseum because then we are going there. I mean, we don't stay only in the Forum. We are coming back here. The Valley of the Forum, surrounded by the 7 hills of Rome. The only 2 visible are the Palatine, over there, and behind me is the Capitoline Hill with the palace. This is the back facade of the palace designed by Michelangelo. In the spot of the palace designed by Michelangelo, thank you, there used to be in the older Roman times the temple of Jupiter. And let me show you, those are the 2 statues. You know, nothing disappeared in Rome. Everything is just removed and found somewhere else. Very often, open air, the Senate used to meet in front of this temple. Then you see the semicircular building, the white one at the bottom. This is the Temple of Vesta, where the Virgin Vestals used to take care of a big fire, symbol of the eternal power of Rome.
Here's some ancient Romans, look ya. And now the Colosseum. I suppose they called it the Colosseum because it's so big, obviously. It looks as though it could do with a bit of maintenance. But I wonder what the Millennium Dome will look like in 2,000 years' time. This building has suffered from earthquakes and general wear and tear and weathering. It's been deliberately knocked about to make it useful for other purposes, including a fortress. And it's been used as a stone quarry to get materials for other buildings, including, as you heard from our guide, St. Peter's. Right, we're back on the bus now with Giacomo going to the hotel.
That's the Castel Sant'Angelo to the right, remember the fortress, Adrian. That was many things. That was a fortress, a military prison, a villa. It was a many things during the years. Place for protection for the popes.
I suppose we ought to have called this part of the video St. Peter's, the Forum and the Colosseum rather than Rome. But you'd need at least a week, I should think, to see Rome properly. The Pantheon, the Aqueduct and Temple of Claudius, the Baths of Trajan and Titus, the Circus Maximus, temples, theatres and much more. You would really need a whole day just to do the Forum and the Colosseum. So we won't here be seeing these tourist attractions. We will though be seeing a bit of the real everyday Rome. For instance, just look at some of these flats we've been seeing, compared to some of the blocks of flats, apartments I know around here. They're more like palaces. Perhaps they're very expensive. And this is everyday life in a normal suburban shopping street. You see, you don't get this on normal travel films, do you? In the next episode, we'll be heading off southwards again towards Sorrento and Capri, and stopping on the way at Monte Cassino. We'll catch a glimpse there of the ancient monastery on the hilltop, which was bombed flat in World War II by you know who. It's now been largely restored.